Hello, and welcome back to another episode of To Whom It May Concern. I'm your host, Malak, here with my co-hosts, Khuwaila, Inara, and Mariam.
Hey, Assalamu alaikum.
So, COVID has kept us locked up long enough. And if there's one thing you're noticing on social media, it's that everyone is trying to get fit. So whether they're exercising extra or they're trying all these fad diets, everyone is trying, for the most part, everyone is trying to do something to get into better shape, to get a healthier lifestyle. I don't know, anything they see on social media, they try to follow. So we decided it would be fun if each modern skeptic chose a fad, whether it be diet or workout, and stuck to it for 30 days and then spoke about the results. So ladies, to kick off this conversation, what fads are you doing?
I'm going to preface this with, I hate fad diets. I think they're so bad because you just do it for like a short amount of time and then it's meant to be temporary and then you go back to what you were doing from before and then it just like reverses everything you've done.
Okay, Khuwaila, tell us how people should be doing things.
This is going to sound so corny, but it's literally a lifestyle change.
Oh.
You need it.
No, I agree. Like a real doctor.
I'm serious. You need to incorporate it and just change the way you see either food or exercise. Incorporate it into your daily schedule, and you will lose weight slower, but it will last and be permanent, hopefully, or at least be longer lasting.
Something Khuwaila always says to me when I'm coming to her complaining, because she's my doctor. She says, "You shouldn't live to eat.
You should eat to live."
Yeah. I feel like our culture is so revolved around food. It's like whenever we go out or we go to someone's house, it's what we're going out to eat, what snacks to buy, what are we going to eat. Like literally we live to eat when instead we should be eating to live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of the time when I know we're making plans, like when my friends and I get together, we're planning on get together, one of the questions that always arises is, what are we going to eat? Like, what are we doing for food? And I guess it's also because food is just an enjoyable activity with friends.
Yeah, it is. It's communal. You honestly, you enjoy it yourself. You enjoy it with other people. It's fun, especially if you're making it. It for sure is fun. But
why do you say especially if you're making it? No, that's not fun.
I was going to let that go.
So, like, it's fun, like, if you're cooking together, like, all these new things, because you always see stuff on TikTok and whatever. That's like, oh, you can just make it this easy. But whatever, that's not the point. The point is, food is very central, which makes it very difficult. And I was going to say, Madak, with COVID, I feel like it started out just eating all the food that people mass bought.
Yeah.
And then it's like it got to a point where, okay, now we can't even walk out the door because of how, like, big we've gotten and how much food we have. But I'm starting to notice now more and more people are trying to, like, go work out, go on a bike ride, things like that.
I was going to say, like, a lot of people are working remotely, so you're just sitting all day and you're on Zoom meetings, you're just constantly sitting down doing your work. So I feel like people are like, okay, I have had enough. I really need to get and get outside. So yeah, this is definitely, I'm kind of excited for this health thing. I know Khuwaila doesn't agree with the health fad, but I think though you should choose a health fad that you do plan on adopting. I think you could do both, right?
Yeah, like you can make it a lifestyle change.
It's not a fad then.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, like fad is more like it's hyped up. So like during time. So maybe even if it's hyped up, maybe you could still adopt it.
Yeah. I agree with Inara. It's just, we're just in that time where everyone's really excited about eating healthy and exercising and getting out and doing activities together. So we thought it'd be fun to hop on the bandwagon.
But we do want to say this episode is just explaining to you the fads that we chose to do. And then 30 days from now, or that next Tuesday, we're going to tell you our results and what came from it. So I'll start it off. The one I picked, I really hate myself for actually because I've been doing it already, is walking 20,000 steps a day.
That's 20, folks.
Yeah, 20,000. Why? I don't know why.
That's 10 miles a day about an average of.
That's a lot.
I did it because, like Inara mentioned, I've been super stationary, especially because all I've been doing is studying, where when I look at my phone, I've only walked like 1,000 steps a day if I'm lucky. So I decided that I was gonna get something to get me active, but I didn't want like working out because I don't wanna like I'd rather I can walk all day, but I will not run. I will not jump. I don't, we all don't be miserable while we do this.
Honestly, I feel the same way about exercise. When it's like, okay, you have to run for a certain amount of time, or you have to do this exercise. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it at all.
I'd rather.
Yeah, it's more fun to play sports. Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is more fun to play sports.
I like, Marim, that you picked something that you knew was reasonable for you. I mean, 20,000 is insane. That's a lot. But knowing that, hey, I'm not the type to run. I don't like any like jumping around. So like walking, I can do. And we know, I think if you do 20,000 steps, like, so what's the goal? What are you supposed to accomplish by walking 20,000 steps a day?
Okay, so I found out this fad diet with this random Instagrammer who said that when they walked 20,000 steps a day, that they lost 30 pounds in a month.
Wow.
For a month. Yeah, and they said, like, they didn't necessarily change anything about their diet plan, but they did said they found themselves eating less, which makes sense, because doing 20,000 steps a day, like, you're up and you're not really sitting down to eat. Like, you're not bored eating. So we'll see if I lose that much. That would be insane.
All I know is Mariam is going to have calves of steel by the end of this challenge.
Mariam's either sitting, studying, or walking. There's nothing else. Sitting or walking.
No in between.
I'm already a couple of days in, and you guys, the fact that I have to actively think about walking. Like, I sit, and then every hour I have to get up and walk at least 1,000-something steps before I sit back down. It's the most annoying thing in the entire world, and 90% of the time, I hate myself, and I hate you guys for making me do it.
It's so funny. Me and Mariam are sitting in the library studying, and then when she starts getting up and walking, she'll go outside and walk. She'll disappear for 10-15 minutes and come back, and I'm like, I get it, Mariam. I know what you're doing. The 20,000 steps, I support this. Go for it.
I'm so proud, though. Good job.
The other day, I walked to the library, which is like 1.5 miles from my house.
Okay,
look at you.
That's fun, though. I always want to walk.
Well, it's not fun. It was fun for the first, 10 minutes, and then I'm like, I want to go home. Oh, look, another squirrel. Wow. I was not having it. So we'll see. I'm going to keep it up, though, because I feel accountable now because of this podcast, so we're going to do it.
Mariam, it's more fun, though, if you're, listening to music or a podcast, like the Modern Skeptics. You should do something while you're walking. When you're not studying, if you're not studying.
But I have this paranoia that if I put my headphones in, that I can't hear my surroundings and that I will get kidnapped.
You put one in.
Wow. What?
No, that's true. I completely, feel that. But you should put one, headphone or, one earbud.
And then just keep the music low. It doesn't have to be, you're jamming.
Leave one ear, open.
I think I'm going to start listening to audiobooks, even though I don't really think that's reading, but we're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my fad. I'm excited.
So I'm going to follow Pamela Reif's workout program. She basically posts so many different videos as to what you want to work out, what area of your body you want to work out. She's super, super intense. There's different levels of people that are known in those YouTube workout fields. And she's one of the top people that's known to be really overwhelming.
Explains why I've never heard of her.
Yeah. I mean, she has a huge following, 5 million followers. And the thing is, I was originally gonna do Chloe Ting, but y'all told me that ain't happening because I already did Chloe Ting before. So we're gonna up it and we're gonna do Pamela Reif. Like Mariam, it's been 2 days where I started her workouts. I won't say how I'm feeling or how it's because we'll save that for next month. So stay tuned. I'm basically following 3 of her videos. So I'm doing the 15-minute 6-pack ab. I'm also doing legs and booty. And then I'm also doing the arms workout.
Is it inappropriate saying that?
Yeah, I did feel inappropriate saying that, which is my fault. But I'm basically working my whole body. And so we'll see if there's results that happen, whether I toned, do I get that 6-pack ab? We'll see what happens.
Do you, Inara, do you do all 3 exercises every day? What's the schedule like?
Yeah, so my schedule is basically working out 3 days in a row, doing all 3 videos within that. So it takes me 40 to do her video per day, and then I take a break, and then do another 2 days, take a break. So 5 times a week, my workout plan.
Wow.
I feel like we should make you do it 7 times a day.
No, why?
Why?
7 times a day. Why does she just have to do it 5?
Oh.
Mine's more intense.
No, it's not.
Lydia, mine is definitely more intense.
It is 100% not. You work
Okay,
out
do
for 5
calories.
times a day.
Lydia,
I have
do
to walk
calories.
10 miles a day.
Okay.
I could walk 10 miles a day. عادي.
Oh my God, she says it so confidently. I dare you. I dare you.
Well, one is time consuming. The other is just higher intensity for a shorter amount of time.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really compare.
We can, and mine is harder. Just because I have to do it for 2 more days a week.
Yeah, I don't know.
We've even decided you can do 5 and you can do 7.
Yeah, Inada.
Because it's realistic.
It's easier.
No, because for me, it is more of a lifestyle change, like what Dr. Fenina said. And, and it's more realistic 5 times a day than 7, because you also don't want to like wear out your body as well. So you also need time for your muscles to rest and then to like re-energize. So it's more effective if you do take breaks. So that's my.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay.
That's exciting.
Sure, Inara, we'll let that slide.
I'm sure you'll kill it.
Inshallah.
Or it'll kill you.
So I chose a fad that's probably as old as time. Everyone's been doing this fad for years, but it's extra in now. But I'm gonna try the intermittent fasting. So the typical intermittent fasting is like 16 hours, 8 hours. So it's supposed to be 16 hours of fasting from solid food. So you're just drinking like water, or I believe black coffee is okay. And then you're supposed to eat for 8 hours. But of course you don't eat like the full 8 hours because you're sleeping and whatnot, and you dedicate certain hours. But I'm doing it a lot less because I feel like 8 hours, if I put it in my mind, like 8 hours of food, that's a lot of time to be eating. So I'm only doing a 4-hour window, and I'm trying to stick to a 2 to 6 window. So it's kind of like in the middle of the day. I'm waking up earlier these days. I'm out of bed at like 7:15. So I try to hold myself over to 2 o'clock and then eat from, I'm not even eating for the full 4 hours, but I give myself that window anyways. And then, yeah, that'll be like kind of 6 o'clock, and then I try to work out. But I'm trying to be a little more intense because I'm trying to do the intermittent fasting, and I'm also trying to stay at a calorie deficit. So like I want to eat less than 1,200 calories in the day, and I want to do the intermittent fasting and work out when I get the chance. So it's a little harder.
That sounds really intense.
Calories?
Yeah, I'm trying to count calories. Like, I'm trying to cut out carbs when I can. I'm not trying not to eat carbs. I'm not on a no-carb diet, but, like, if I can do it without bread or something, I'll try to eat it without bread. But I am trying to cut calories where I can. But at the first few days, because I'm, like, sitting in front of the computer also all day, like, reading and stuff, it is a little hard. And I do get hungry because usually food is the thing that you take a break from your work to do. Like, you get up to get a snack because you want to get away from working, and that's like the shortest break that you could take, which for students this is problematic. This is where freshman 15 comes from, and freshman like
30 now.
I swear
Freshman 30?
That's very problematic.
I think it turned to a freshman 30 from what I've heard.
Yeah, this is literally where it stems from. Mm-hmm. We're sitting all day studying, and then you decide like, oh, I need a break from studying. What can you use as a break? You get up and you get a snack. But I'm trying to do this thing where I'm like purchasing healthy snacks. So if I get really hungry, I have like a handful of almonds or something while I'm reading. And actually today from Target, I'm very proud of myself. I was shopping at Target today, and I found like these dried mangoes. I guess they sell them. Mm-hmm. And I tried them, and they're actually pretty good. Okay, so it's like,
what is it? Like a hit or miss.
Yeah, the mango is pretty good. They did have other fruits, but I'm already not a huge fruit person, so it has to be something that I like, and I prefer mangoes.
Really?
So it was.
I'm not a fan of mangoes.
Really?
Yeah.
I love
mangoes. Yeah.
They also had like strawberries and raspberries, but I always see them on like health fits, like And I always thought it was so weird. I never thought it could be good, but I decided to give it a try. And it's actually pretty good. So I'm impressed. And I'm excited that I found another healthy snack to eat.
I find that a hard challenge to do.
That is.
It is.
SubhanAllah, when you have to do it when you're fasting in Ramadan, you just do it. It just makes sense.
But it's still hard.
No, it's still hard, but it doesn't seem like impossible. And intermittent fasting doesn't seem impossible.
Yeah.
But when you have the opportunity to eat, and then you have to use your own like
Power.
self-control to stop yourself, no.
Honestly, though, surprisingly, because, you know, we've started this, like you guys said, we've been doing it for like a few days now. I've been doing it a little longer. I think I'm going on like almost 6 days or something. But at the beginning, it was super hard. It was super hard to hold myself till 2 o'clock because, like I said, I use it as an excuse to get up. And then I'm not the type of person that really eats breakfast. So I already skipped that meal. So I'm used to eating at like 11, 11:30, like something. So the first few days it was hard. But now, honestly, it gets to around like 1:30 and I don't even really find myself that hungry. Like I'm not even starving for food or it's not on my mind. You know, I'm very consumed with my other activities. So a lot of times I'll go now until like 2:30 and then I'll be like, oh, it's time for my lunch break. And then I'll go take a break or something.
And
So just getting it out of your system.
What's your outcome like that you want at the end of these 30 days?
I guess weight loss. But I mean, not also just that, but I also want to try to not revolve my day around food. Like I want to train myself that, okay, just eat between these hours. It's the middle of the day. It's perfect timing. And like, that's it. I don't need to divulge in everything in my pet. And another thing, this is more of like a psych tip that I tell myself when I'm craving something. Like if I want like a piece of chocolate and I already had a piece of chocolate or something, I'll just tell myself, oh, you're not fasting tomorrow. Just eat it tomorrow. You know, like I just tell myself, oh, you can have it tomorrow. What's going to stop you from having it tomorrow? So I try to keep pushing myself to like not have it. And also, I know I'm going like over with these healthy snacks, but there's this, that Halo ice cream. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it.
Yeah, I did.
They sell it. I tried it from Target. Yeah, I also bought that. It's supposed to be like 300 calories for a whole pint of ice cream. And I mean, it's just a regular pint, like the Ben & Jerry's size. But it's actually not that bad. I've only had the sea salt caramel, and it was pretty good. So
they are good. I tried a couple of flavors from them. I am the queen of fad and quitting. Fad diets. And
like in 3 days, though.
Yeah. I max is 3 days. Like, I was vegetarian 3 days. Then I thought, hey, let's go vegan for 3 days because that's not harder. Like, and I did it.
But those are unrealistic.
I feel like
vegetarian's easier than vegan.
No, I think everybody thinks it's unrealistic until you do it and accomplish it.
Me, like I'm a very like steak.
There's
burgers,
so many
like
replacements.
I like
when I talk to people who are vegetarians or vegan, like placements that are out there is like you wouldn't know. I was like, oh wow, like this stuff exists. It tastes like me, or you know, people are pretty creative. Like what's out there now in the market, you literally could have that diet and still eat as if
When I was going to Target and I was shopping, like walking up and down the aisles, I was just interested to see like, you know, what substitutes I can use. And there's actually an insane amount. Like even for children, like fruit snacks and like Reese's, I saw alternatives, like fruit snacks, I saw alternative crackers. There's just so many different things. And I was actually pretty impressed. Like I didn't think health was a thing. Not that I didn't think health was a thing, but I didn't think as many people cared about it. Like
no, it's very popular with like the millennial Gen Z generation more so than before. Honestly, Madak, the only part of your entire fad like diet experience that you're missing is instead of going to Target, you're supposed to be going to Trader Joe's. Like that's it. Then you would have been that perfect like basic.
I need to buy, like, I'm going to go to Lululemon, invest in some leggings. Like, that's what I'm going to look like next episode.
You need the whole picture.
You see that? But I have to say, I think one thing that deters people from healthy eating is the expense. It is pretty expensive. Like, it's much, and for a less amount. Like, the dried mangoes was, like, way more than I'd buy, like, a box of Gushers, for example. And it's a lot less in the bag. Yeah. So I definitely think
and the taste isn't as great.
Yeah.
Honestly, Madak, I really like the intermittent fasting diet.
Yeah.
I think it's so much better for our bodies to be like that, to be more fasting and more like not food or not eating than we are.
I don't like your time window, though. I think that's too small. And I think that's unrealistic for most people. I think only to be able to eat for 2 to 6 is like, is it 2 to 6?
Yeah, I'm doing 2 to 6.
Yeah,
but it's supposed to be longer, and you could split it up. Like, you can give yourself from 12 to 3, and then again from like, I don't know, later on in the day, like 5 to 8. Like, you can do that. But actually, part of the fad, which part of the diet, not the fad, I was looking up that I haven't done yet, is that they say 1 to 2 weeks, 1 to 2 days out of the week, you're actually supposed to try a 24-hour fast where you only drink water.
Wow. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I haven't tried that yet. I'm not there yet, but you are supposed to try to implement like once or twice a week where you're just drinking water for 24 hours. Like I guess like a cleanse or like
a detox.
It's crazy to think that your body can go so long without food, and then here we die after like 2 hours.
Seriously, and that's the bad part about it, because we're so accustomed to always having food in our system that we can't handle an hour or so without any sort of snack or anything going down our throat. But like, it's funny because in med school, I remember one of my professors, I think I mentioned this before, the only thing that's proven longevity or increasing lifespan is eating a portion of the recommended daily calorie. So we're not even supposed to eat all of what's recommended. And then on top of that, I've heard lectures from cardiologists saying that any sort of added sugar that we eat has so many negative effects in our body. So it's always like more is worse and less is better when it comes to the situation. And
I'm telling you,
I think having those 3 full meals, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is too much food, and it should not be a thing.
Oh, you should eat portion sizes. So like, if you're gonna have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because in the morning, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm pretty hungry when I wake up. So like, you just have to eat a healthier meal and make it small. And same thing for lunch. Because if I notice, like for me, if I notice I'm not eating a meal, I snack a lot, and so I'm putting more junk in my system. So I prefer to actually eat a meal that will make me more full, so that I'm not snacking and eating more like junk.
Yeah. Well, the point is to not have either, but if you're gonna choose, obviously, healthier.
Or like if you're snacking on fruits, like if you use nuts, like things of that nature is also a healthy alternative. But this is actually kind of, I want to say, also a change for me too, because personally, I usually don't eat breakfast. Like I don't have a big breakfast, and I don't even usually have like lunch. Like I don't take like an 11 or 12 o'clock. I typically eat at like 3 or 4. But I eat like 3 or 4, and then the rest of the night, like I'm eating. If I go home, I'll eat with my parents. I'll eat ice cream. Like I leave myself the end of the night. So this is, I feel like it's also better for me, because it's like, okay, you shouldn't be eating that late at night anyways. And the stuff I was eating is not like I was munching on an apple. So it's kind of like it's benefiting me in that way too.
My weakness is when I'm at home, I want to eat everything. But let's say I go to work, I can not have breakfast, not have lunch, and then we'll just have dinner at home. It's just me being in my kitchen. It's bad for me.
No, I can't. I love my food. I love food.
Inara literally says she loves food and eats like 2 bites of everything. That's it.
Done.
But that's the thing. I love food, but alhamdulillah, I'm able to like eat a smaller amount of it. So even if I'm like, hungry, I just don't eat too much. Like I'm okay with eating half a bagel or like I'm okay with eating less. I like to eat or else I'll be hungry. And I don't like that feeling. Like I come home to eat, like no. When I'm at work, you best believe I have my coffee with my granola bar, yogurt parfait, whatever I want to eat that morning. Lunch, I'm headed down to find some lunch place.
Honestly,
and then hopefully dinner's ready. Like I love my food.
I've worked with Inara, and it was a great experience.
She will feed you.
You're always fed. Yeah.
We got our coffee Uber. We had lunch together. It was a great experience.
She's bad. For people who don't know how to control themselves, she's really bad to be around.
There's so many food options out there. I'm like, Minak, which one should we try today? Which one should we
let's get a little of everything, Inara. Let's change it up today.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Kind of
Yeah, it was fun.
backtracking a little bit, and backing off what Malak said, why how some people find it difficult to do diets or have a healthy living could be the price, but also it's because you have to be a lot more conscious and aware of what you're eating, and like you have to prepare for the meals, and a lot of people don't have the time to sit there and meal prep or sit and actively cook. Like cooking takes forever, and then not only that, when you're done cooking you have like the dishes to do and the cleanup aspect of cooking, so it's just a lot. And when you look at celebrities or you look at people that make a lot of money and you're like, oh my god, how could they stay fit so easily, it's like, no, they get paid. They pay people to cook for them, they pay people to clean for them, they pay people to tell them how to eat and what to eat. So being more mindful of what we do, even though it's a little harder and may take a little bit more time, is worth the output at the end of the day, and you do feel a lot better.
It's something that has to actually be like scheduled into your day. Like I'm gonna go grocery shopping and this is the list I'm gonna prepare. I'm going to cook and meal prep for the week ahead.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that meal prep, like they do meal prep and it works for them. I'm not that type of person, but I know a lot of people and they like it, and it seems great because, you know, they're planned out for the week or like for 3 days or 4 days or something, but they do like do it in advance, and it does take a few hours to do. So
but it takes up a few hours, and then they could do it for the rest of the week because it's so easy. Especially me, my problem is like, okay, I have like 20-minute break from studying, I'm gonna go grab something from Panera or grab something from Wendy's or grab something from anywhere, because I've tried everything, because it's just so much simpler, and then it gets you like the food you want and then moves you on through the day. But then at the end of the day I feel like garbage, and I'm like, why did I do this? Why did I not prepare? Like I could have been better. It wouldn't have took that much time if I just had the groceries already, like kind of prepped it in my week schedule.
Another benefit that I was looking into, actually this is kind of one of the main reasons I chose intermittent fasting versus the other diets, because I mean you could ultimately get weight loss from any kind of diet as long as you're not eating as much as you used to. But so some of the things that are supposed to benefit you when you do intermittent fasting is also that the clean eating is supposed to give you like a clean brain. You know, like your conscious is supposed to be better, you're supposed to have better memory, you're supposed to be able to learn information better, like retain information better. So I was actually kind of interested to see how 30 days of eating that way kind of affects my energy levels, how it affects my brain activity, how I'm feeling at the end of the day. Because even now, although I'm doing the intermittent fasting, anytime I have like a bad lunch, like if I decide for that day I'm going to have pizza and fries or something as my meal of that day, I feel so groggy, you know, so like the grease, it's just so heavy. I don't want to go back to doing work. Like I want to take a nap. Like it's just not a good feeling either. So it really does make a difference.
To hug them.
Take a walk, take a lap. It's true though, when you have heavier meals with like a lot of oil or a lot of butter, it makes it so difficult to like do activities. I don't know. And Audubon is so good at that. So much butter, so much carbs, like
bread,
our food is
rice.
so consumed by it. So it's good.
Malak, you know what also helps with memory, especially for studying? Exercise. So instead of taking your snack breaks, take walk breaks.
You know, I've tried something that I used to do a lot when I was getting my master's degree is I'd listen to all the lecture videos and I'd take notes after listening to it, and then I would take my notebook and walk around downstairs and just read the notes. Like it's also because I get bored, like just sitting and reading the same thing over. Yeah, so I like the fresh air, I like the movement, I like the walking, and it did help, Koila. Like it was significantly easier, and I felt better when I was doing it. And I was like, 2 birds with 1 stone.
I will say 2 benefits that I'm already feeling from just walking 20,000 steps for a couple of days is, 1, I feel exhausted at night. Like I get great quality sleep. And this is so important to me because I'm an insomniac. Like if I get anything more than 4 hours of sleep, I am lucky. But this instantly, like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock hits, and I am out. And because my body's so physically tired.
Awesome.
So I'm getting better sleep. And 2, it's so nice to have a walk outside, especially in the weather that we've been having, to get like a fresh brain. Like I go back and I'm not as tired and I'm not as sleepy because honestly, listening to these lectures, some of these professors really are like melatonin. They put you instantly out. So going out for a walk has benefited me because I think I am like storing things in my brain better. And I see that, and it's only been 2 days. I don't know if this is going to last or if my body's going to wear out on me, but I'm excited to see where I end up in 30 days.
We're excited too, babe.
Yeah, I'm excited. So we have Mariam doing the 20,000 steps a day, Malek doing the intermittent, I'm doing Pamela's intense workouts. Coco, what are you doing?
What am I doing? So I have decided to do the keto diet. Just kidding.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say, wow, that's a move.
I cannot see. I told you guys, I'm all about stuff that's gonna be sustained. Anyways, so you know how in like scientific experiments you have like your different things you're studying, and then you have a control.
Oh, are you gonna be the control?
I don't know.
For all those non-science majors out there, Huela is saying that we all do the experiments and she does nothing.
Yes, I
ends up in 30
I
days.
see the baseline.
Honestly, I think Joella's always probably lived a healthier lifestyle. She's
Like,
just annoying with that.
I don't know what to do though.
We should have Huela, you cannot reheat your meals for 30 days.
I can't eat leftovers.
Why? Do you like leftovers?
She will eat leftovers till it's finished.
So as I told you,
if it takes a month, it's going to
That's
be
talent.
no, I told you, life is not about food. So as long as there's food available, I don't care what it is. I'll just eat it.
Oh,
Wow.
So some of the fads that Mariam was telling me about was jump roping. I think I'm just gonna do that one.
That's a really big fad right now, especially on TikTok. People say that it can replace cardio, but you have to do like 1,000 jump ropes a day, and then you add mini workouts in between. So let's say you'll do a set of 100 and then do sit-ups. Do a set of 100, do jumping jacks. Do a set of 100 and do like push-ups. So
That sounds intense.
Incorporate it instead of your cardio.
Yeah, I see. So I think I'm going to go with that. I don't know what else.
Jump roping is fun.
Jump roping is not fun. I mean, it's funner than like other like formed exercises, I guess.
It's not fun for 1,000 jumps. Like when I jump rope, 100, I'm done for the day.
At like 30.
Yeah, like 1,000 is a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
that's
We'll
the
see.
point.
It's
supposed to be intense though. So like it's okay if it.
I'll
if you
just
have
go
to
like
struggle.
Rocky, like start like flipping.
Double
God,
dutch.
if you flip it twice while you jump, I'd be so impressed. Like that, can that be your goal?
Wait, I've done that before.
Really?
Yeah.
Like cross it over.
No, like
No,
jump
flip it twice.
I think I've done it before.
Maybe it's harder for tall people. Short people can get the rope around
Please.
fast.
Please.
I always get hit by the jump rope and then it hurts my ankles and I cry.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not jumping high enough off the ground.
Your legs.
It's like
Explain to Maddie how jump roping works.
It's like, do you know jump roping requires jumping?
Who would have thought? Maybe I should try being a vegan. I'm sorry, vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
No meat.
No, vegan is harder.
No, I
No,
want cheese.
Vegan's unrealistic. Even
want
vegetarian. I'm sorry, you guys. They both seem.
No, but I can not eat chicken or lahma. Like I cannot do that. Should I try
For a
it?
month?
Okay, try it.
Okay, but can we also make it a little harder? Like no eggs either. Like we'll make it a mix between.
I'm a vegetarian. Whatever vegetarian diet is.
No, it's hard, Mariam. For a whole month?
It is hard.
Vegetarian and vegan. Like you can have your cheese, but you can't have eggs.
I want my animal products. I just don't want the lahma.
Yeah, no, do vegetarian.
Okay, I'll try it. So I have 2 diet ones and 2 exercise ones. Maybe I'll do both. Who knows? Who knows what I'm feeling?
So it's us 2 exercise against you 2 diet, and let's see what.
Also, when it comes to weight loss, diet is more important than exercise. But exercise
80%.
Yeah,
80% of weight loss is from your diet.
But exercise
find
is
out.
good for but exercise is good for overall health, like heart health, bone strength, other things. So we need both.
Yeah.
And for anybody watching this episode or listening to this episode, it would be fun if you either join one of the fads and you kind of keep up with us, or you kind of choose your own fad and then message us and let us know what you're doing. We can kind of like encourage each other to keep going. I know my thing is, it's a good thing I'm being held accountable, because when I'm doing things on my own, it's really easy for me to just fall off the wagon.
Yeah.
So I usually like to do things with like other people.
Actually, for our listeners, I would rather you wait till we're done to see which ones actually we're doing, so you're not wasting your time.
We're doing it so you don't have to. But I would love to do a walk challenge with people. Like, I have a Fitbit, and you can like have friends on Fitbit. So if anybody's interested, that'd be fun.
I don't think anybody's gonna outwalk 20,000 steps.
Yeah, that's unrealistic. Also, I'm starting this tomorrow. We have a barbecue tonight.
Eat all the meat,
Enjoy
Cokes.
it. Yeah, seriously.
Tomorrow, guys.
So tomorrow's a fresh start.
You better savor it for the next 30 days.
Yes.
I swear, if I see you even looking at a piece of chicken,
It's gonna.
I'm telling you, it's hard. I don't
I
we're
can
all
do this.
about it. We're all about meat.
I
I love
carbs.
meat.
I like my carbs more.
Okay, but like your meat complements your carbs.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Inshallah. Okay,
Next
well,
one, the carbs for Hoyla. No rice, no pasta, no bread.
Tell us, what's food at this point?
I thought you don't live to eat, Huela,
I don't.
okay, but she needs to eat to live.
Jeez.
and you can do that without carbs.
Dude, carbs are the hardest. I don't know how anyone does keto diet. To me, that's the most impossible diet, keto diet. Even though I'm trying to cut down on carbs, but they're just so good.
My friend's on keto and she lost. Like, people who are on keto, even my boss who did keto, like, they lose a lot of weight. Like,
Did they ever sustain it, like, or was it always like just for a certain amount of time, then they stopped?
my friend is currently on it right now, so she's still doing it. She hasn't stopped yet, and she's lost like 18 pounds within a month or 2 months, I think.
Wow.
18
I
pounds.
believe it. You will
Still going.
You will drop weight very
My
quickly.
boss lost 40 pounds, and I think
And how
that
long?
weight. I don't know for how long, honestly, I forgot. But she lost 40 pounds from it, but then that's when she like stopped doing it.
Did she gain it back?
No, I don't think she gained it back. Like, I think
Well,
it's still.
At that point, it was probably she's more now in a calorie deficit than the no carb thing. Like, she just got used to eating less.
Something, yeah, for sure.
I think what would be really interesting is for us to do this for a month, complete it, talk about our results, and then a couple of months later backtrack and see if the benefits still lasted. Because isn't that what the important part is? Like, if walking for 20,000 a day and I lose a bunch of weight, and see was I able to keep that off?
But I mean, anything that it'd be a matter of you keeping it off. But anything that you stop doing, obviously you're gonna gain the weight back.
Yeah, I think we need to figure out something that we can sustain as a daily thing.
I really think intermittent fasting could be a lifestyle thing. I definitely think it could. Like, eating twice a day for 2 hours or something, or 3 hours, is honestly very realistic.
I do it when I'm working. Just when
Yeah.
I'm home, that's when it gets me.
I know.
We'll see which one of us lasts all 30 days.
I think I will.
I don't know about
I think we're gonna last 30 days. It's just seeing who's most effective.
Or who's the strictest, I guess.
I'm not a vegetarian, but a lot of the vegetarian people I talk to they say so many bad things about eating meat. So we'll see how I feel after not eating any meat.
Like, when you feel discouraged, just watch one of those like animal videos.
Yeah, there's so many.
PETA. Watch a PETA video.
Yeah, like, that's a motivator. Because a lot of people who watch those are like, I cannot look at meat ever again. And
I
like,
think that's what happened to Mariam.
after this, Waila, you might become vegan.
I just opt out of watching those videos. I prefer not to see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. The modern skeptics are officially part of the fad diet bandwagon. We've each chosen our diet. I think this is actually pretty exciting. It's pretty cool that we're gonna do a challenge. We're gonna try out a few different things, see how we feel, see the effects of it, and honestly on each other. You know how they say it takes people around 3 weeks to see if you've lost weight, if there's been a change. So that'll be cool, honestly, if we can like recognize changes with each other. But I think that wraps up the intro video to this fad diet. We're excited to come back in 30 days and kind of explain what happens and how we look by then and how we feel, most importantly, by then. But thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of To Whom It May Concern. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you're notified when we drop our newest content. And if you're already subscribed, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you don't already follow us, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Modern Skeps. If you're interested in starting a diet or hopping onto one of our bandwagons, feel free to message us so we can encourage you to do it 30 days through. If you ever have any ideas you'd like us to discuss, we're always looking for new content to record. You can email us at themodernskeptics@gmail.com. Sincerely, The Modern Skeptics. P.S. In a world of fads, be a lifestyle change.